There is so much NFL on ESPN right now. Monday Night Football, plus pregame and postgame. NFL Live, NFL Primetime. Everything you need to stay on top of every game, every week.
Unbelievable.
And now NFL Network is on the ESPN app. More football, more coverage, more ways to watch. Football's on all season long on ESPN and streaming on the ESPN app.
This podcast is part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.
Welcome to the Dragon Ball Lorecast, where we take a deep dive in all things Dragon Ball, such as the characters, stories, timelines, and so much more. Hosted by Brandon, Jesse, and Steven. Welcome back, Z-Fighters, to another episode of the Dragon Ball Lorecast. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon, or also known as Ben of Temeria, and always with me is my good friend, Jesse.
How's it going, everybody?
We normally would have Steven with us, but unfortunately, some life stuff's happening, so mainly school stuff because kids in schools are now starting again. So anybody listening who is a parent or is someone who goes to school, have fun in school. Stay in school. Yeah, that's an important message. Something I haven't dealt with in 14 years. Yeah. It's been great. Anyway, today we are diving into another major race in the Dragon Ball series. That would be us, Earthlings. And, these Earthlings are a bit different from our real life Earthlings that we are. Mainly because they're not all quote unquote human ish.
Yeah.
So, which we'll get into. So, nonetheless, Earthlings are inhabitants of the planet Earth. The term is used exclusively to refer to all intelligent races native to the planet, including humans, anthropomorphs. Is that how you say it? The animal-looking
so.
Animal. Anthropomorphs. Yeah. And monsters. Earthlings are typically among the weakest races in the Dragon Ball universe. The average human power level reading only in the single or double digits. Average. Mind you. Yeah. Average. The Z-Fighters are not average.
No.
Just saying. Throughout the series, only a few Earthlings show a reasonable aptitude for martial arts in the galactic scale. Nonetheless, they play a predominant role in almost every media in the Dragon Ball franchise as a result of Earth's pride of placing this the series' primary setting. Yeah, because we are always on Earth, so
yeah,
kind of important thing. So, going over the races itself. So, Earthlings is sometimes used as synonymously with human, but the planet is actually a host to many sapient life forms, including anthropomorphic animals, which indeed the Earthlings are led by an anthropomorphic dog named King Furry.
I love it.
The king of the world is a dog.
Yeah. Makes me happy.
It's freaking hilarious. That's what it is. So we have the human type, which human type Earthlings are the most common types of the Earthling to appear in the series. Statistically, 75% of Earthlings are a standard human type, which, aka human Homo sapiens, which is what we are in real life. So
yeah.
And then we get into animal type. So the animal type Earthlings, are also known as beastmen, are the second most common type of Earthling to appear in the series. Statistically, 17% of Earthlings are animal type. Animal type Earthlings come in numerous varieties. For example, anthropomorphic dogs or cats, tigers, stuff like that.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Human type Earthlings can become animal type Earthlings by utilizing the anamorphine drug. Anamorphine? Anamorpholine? Anapholine? I don't know. It's literally a drug that turns them into a randomized animal type being.
I mean, yeah. It's like the Animorphs. That's what it is.
Yeah, there you go. Well, kind of, not really.
Not really.
Animorphs, they turn into
really
the actual animals, not human.
Yeah, they don't.
They're not.
They fully
human-like.
make it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so now we have the monster type Earthlings. So these are the least common of the three primary Earthling types. Statistically, 7% of Earthlings are monster type, the most notable monster type that appear in the series being Emperor Pilaf. So, yeah. There you go. Pilaf is a monster, technically. He's more of a... He just
really
looks like a
does think he
demon,
is.
though.
He's
He's just a
honestly
blue...
just more of like a inconvenience than anything else, if we're being real.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah, he's there for comedic relief. I mean, let's be honest. That's all he's there for.
yeah.
So, and then we actually do have some hybrids. So statistically, 1% of the Earthlings are half-breds of other races, saying human hybrids exist due to the Sun's family and Brief family. Tian Shihan and Jali are hybrid descendants of Triclops Earthling hybrids.
This Jaji is from Fusions.
Ah, okay. I figure it was a game. And then we have Lycans, which are animal monster hybrids that appear in Dragon Ball 3 Gokuden, which is a game, clearly.
Yeah.
So, but, I mean, that's all this types that you will find. Generally, it's going to be standard Earthlings, humans, or the animals that you will generally see.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is it Shao? That's the dog from the Pilaf gang. Like the Pilaf gang,
That's
you
his
have
name?
all three.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Pilaf game, you have all three. You have the monster type, which is Pilaf. Shao is the animal type, and then Mai is the human type. So you have all three right then and there, which is pretty funny. And Tien's Tien. You see, he's really the only one he's the only one you'll ever see in the actual anime series, and yeah. That's it. I forget if they. I'm sure they addressed it in the OG Dragon Ball with his third eye and everything, right?
They must have, but
It's been so long since I watched the OG Dragon Ball. I need to rewatch that at some point.
Yeah, me too.
So now getting into their naming, which, much like anything else in the Dragon Ball series, goes off of puns because Toriyama loved puns.
Yeah.
So Earthlings are named after a wide variety of objects, though they are often named for different foods or food-related items. It is rare for Earthlings to have family names, with the Sun family as the only known example in the original version of the manga. In some language translations of the series, an unusual name preceded by a title might accidentally be seen as a surname due to traditional grammatical politeness in those languages, such as doctor. Most famously, the accidental interpretation of Briefs as the surname of Bulma's kin rather than the individual scientist. Yeah, it's true. Because he was always known as Dr. Briefs. It was never... He didn't ever have a name until... I think... Didn't they make a name for him later? I think...
Maybe?
Oh, God. I'm going to have to look this up.
That one I don't remember.
Because obviously we had, Bulma, but then she goes by Bulma Briefs. No, literally Dr. Brief. That's it. Yeah, so.
Fantastic. Excellent work.
Is what it is. So Vegeta Jr. is the first member of the Brief family to have a name that is a Saiyan original or origin, as he's the fifth person in the family to bear the name Vegeta, being named after his ancestor Prince Vegeta IV. Vegeta also planned to give his daughter the same name, Echelot, but Bulma beat him to the name and named her Bola, which is, oh god. The Saiyan Kakarot was given the Earthling name of Son Goku by his adoptive grandpa Gohan, though the other surviving pure Saiyans, such as Vegeta, tend to refer to Goku by his birth name, and the Dragon Ball Super Broly, Goku gives both names when he's introduced himself to Broly and his two companions. In the Funimation dub, Goku actually insists that Broly refers to him by his birth name, presumably as a reference to his counterpart's habit of shouting Goku's Saiyan name. However, the Saiyans of Universe 6 tend to refer to him as Goku instead of Kakarot. Yeah, because there was a.
But they don't know as
It's a
much.
different. Yeah, it's a different universe. It's not as
Yeah.
anything different. Like, they know him as Goku. They never knew he had a different name until probably Vegeta starts shouting it, because that's all
Because
Vegeta calls him.
literally every time.
He never refers to Goku as Goku. He always refers to him as Kakarot, which is fine. I mean,
Yeah.
Goku answers to both, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. He doesn't care, clearly.
No, yeah. We all know what he really cares for.
Yeah.
And it's not his name.
All he cares is if you're going to throw hands with him or not.
Pretty much. Are you strong? No? Alright, I don't want to fight you.
Yeah.
Are you strong? Oh, okay, let's fight.
Yeah.
Alright,
That's
so
it.
now getting into Earthling physiology, which, again, kind of like us, but there's a little bit differences, obviously, since it's with an anime. So, with the exception of the uncommon hair colors, blue, pink, green, and a few others, and occasionally odd features ranging from longer lifespans to werewolfism, which that was in the OG Dragon Ball. Completely forgot about that. Dragon Ball humans are identical to their real-life counterparts. Earthlings in Dragon Ball seem to be able to utilize or be affected by certain elements of magic, with Fortune Teller Baba being one of the prime examples. Yeah, because she's living for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Some Earthlings have rare, odd psychological traits that manifest physically, such as Launch's personality and appearance changing together when she sneezes, from the blue hair good Launch to the blonde hair bad Launch, or when Man-Wolf's transformation from a wolf animal type Earthling to a human type Earthling when he sees or believes he's seen a full moon via hypnosis. Yeah, that was weird.
It's
Also,
so
yeah, I
goofy.
mean, also Launch is just hilarious. And
Yeah.
honestly, like, I kind of wish they did more with her character, but I mean, you do get more of her in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, but that's about it.
Yeah. But not much else.
Nope. Kirutama himself has admitted the lack of foresight or planning when it comes to details in Dragon Ball story, which accounts for some of the strange occurrences and plot holes. So, like we've said on here before, if there's a plot hole or something's wrong with the story that doesn't make sense, generally the main excuse is Toriyama just completely forgot about it or just didn't care.
Yeah.
Generally, he forgot. He's also been he was writing this series for a long ass time. So
Yeah.
he was writing it since the 80s until the 2020s when he passed. So, like, it's a long ass time. All right, and then getting into Earthling's power. So, when compared to other races in the Dragon Ball, the average Earthling is significantly weaker. It is said that a single Saiyan infant would be capable of destroying the average human population on its own. In fact, Goku was sent as an infant to Earth for that exact purpose. The only normal, quote-unquote, Earthlings whose power level is reported in the manga or anime is a farmer, whose power level is 5, according to Raditz' Scouter. The other, quote-unquote, normal Earthlings are given power levels in other medias. Dragon Ball Z, the anime adventure game, gives Dr. Brief a power level of 12 and Bulma a power level of 16. The movie Planet Fits for Dragon Ball Z, the Tree of Might, give Good Launch a power level of 18 and Mai a power level of 20. Still, that's fairly weak when a Saiyan's well over in the thousands.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when Goku... Well, in the Ocean dub, it's over 9,000, and the Funimation dub, it's over 8,000. Because I believe the original line in the manga was 8,000, but they did the 9,000. But it was just funnier with the 9,000 thing. I don't know why. It was an unscripted thing, and they just thought it was hilarious, and it became a meme. So
Yeah.
it's eternal now. So, at the peak power of which a human Earthling can get without possessing key manipulation or special powers, they can perform feats such as destroying walls with physical blows, leaping great heights, moving fast enough to appear invisible to an ordinary human, and in the anime, even pulling buses and punching through metal. Prime examples of these peak power human type Earthlings are Bora, Pamput, King Champa, Nam, and Mr. Satan. I'm trying to remember who King Champa is. Oh, it's that dude in OG Dragon Ball.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. He was martial arts with the 8-handed technique.
Yeah.
And then Earthlings make up for their lack of physical strength by using weapons and technology. Various characters have at times employed firearms, explosives, mechanized weaponry, or robotic suits as a mean of fighting. While these weapons can be deadly to an average Earthling, they are largely or completely ineffective against superhumans, androids, and other extraterrestrial races. Before Kami and Dende, most of the Earth's guardians were pure-hearted mortal Earthlings who have proven themselves worthy of the position, such as Kami's predecessor, before his death, showing Earthlings can hold divine positions such as a guardian. Which, pretty cool, not gonna lie. I completely forgot Kami's predecessor was an actual human.
Yeah.
That couldn't, live forever. Freaking Namekian can.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Also, fun fact, Namekians are just Dragon Ball elves.
Kinda, yeah.
I mean, I just thought of that, just now, and I was like, oh my god, they're actually just like elves. But, yeah. That's fun. Earthlings are Earthlings, so, which here in a bit we will eventually talk about, the main humans that we deal with, but that will be after the mid-break. So let's take a quick mid-break, thank our listeners, and we'll be right back.
Across the country, United Health Group is working with local partners to build healthier communities every day. That includes helping partners like the Good Acre provide 45,000 meals and lower A1C in the Twin Cities, and helping Hello Family doulas deliver 44% fewer underweight births in Spartanburg. Because building healthier communities starts by giving people access to the care and services they need to live healthier lives. Learn more at unitedhealthgroup.com/commitment.
I wrote a little song to remind you, Choice Hotels get you more of the experiences you value. The Cambria Hotel's got it all. A rooftop bar, have a ball. Cocktails up here feel just right. Is Cambria amazing? All right. Bring a date, your team, or even your mom. Book direct at choicehotels.com. See you on the roof.
Why have you summoned me? Tell me your wish now.
Alright, welcome to the middle of the show. We're talking about everything with podcasts. There's nothing to do with the lore of Dragon Ball. Here we want to thank all our amazing listeners. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. And if you too want to support the show, you can go to Apple or Spotify, leave a 5-star review on Apple with some words, or a nice Spotify comment. We're going to outline next time on the show, which we do have one from our good friend Mr. Evilistic, who's in our Discord and also in our FC. Can the Freezer race, get it, survive in space because their names are cold related, or are they just named that because, the ability? Honestly, Mr. Evil, it's probably just puns, because Toriyama just liked using puns.
They can because Toriyama said so, and that's probably pretty much it.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. And then other than that, you can find us on a few different Discord servers. The Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, as well as my own Discord server, the Ben and Friends Podcasting Discord, where you can find this show and all the other shows that I host, which are the Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends, the Final Fantasy Lorecast, the Gundam Lorecast, the Wizarding World Lorecast, and the Witcher Lorecast. Oh, there's a lot. And as far as news goes, we do have some news that was very interesting that I just got today. That they announced the next chapter art that Totoro is doing is going to showcase Vegeta's mother for the first time.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I know. And hey, we're getting new chapters, people. That's what's
the most important part.
That's the most important part. We're finally getting new chapters. So that's exciting. And then Gamescom is in 2 weeks. So, or actually, yeah, be in 2 weeks. Not this weekend, but the following weekend. So I know Bandai will be there. So hopefully we might get some noir gameplay or new stuff shown with Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3, hopefully. So we'll see when that weekend comes around. So do you have anything, Jesse?
Nope.
I know you were looking for some unhinged merch, but compared to
I
Gundam,
tried.
they don't.
Just...
So if anybody who listens to the Gundam Lorecast, we go over sometimes the merch they do, and it's pretty unhinged sometimes. Like Bandai will just Sunrise will just put out whatever. It's just random stuff. With Dragon Ball, not so much.
I try to find stuff every week. I have not found anything for this week yet.
That's fair. Oh, for
Perhaps
Gundam
next.
either?
I haven't found anything for Gundam either, no. But
no, that's not
But
fair.
I have another day to find that out.
That's a good point. All right. Well, with that said, let's get back into more of our topic of Earthlings.
With the new Toyota all-electric family, you get to choose between the versatile BZ, the adventurous BZ Woodland, or the sporty CHR. If only choosing music was this easy, Toyota's new all-electric family, there's nothing left to think about.
All right. So now that we're back, we're now going over their organized forces, which, shocker, Earth has a military. Because that's not a surprise. Yeah. So, the Earthlings have a large military that has appeared at various times throughout the series. It consists of ground troops, tanks, fighter jets, and large naval ships. Earth's military usually appears when attempting to defeat the various villains that cause massive damage to Earth, like Cell and Majin Buu, and is always easily wiped out without causing any damage to the supervillain. It could be assumed that large-scale wars have been taking place in the Dragon world, much like the real world. So... but their military sucks. But again, they're trying to fight super-powered creatures that wipe out planets. So
a little bit of a different challenge.
Oh, absolutely. So, however, since the Dragon World is united into a single global monarchy, it is unknown what purpose the military serves. When villains are not terrorizing the Earth, it is possible that King Piccolo's original appearance some 300 years before the events of Dragon Ball encouraged the then king to create a military for such purposes. And given the existence of the Red Ribbon Army, a criminal military organization that sought to conquer the world, it is possible that the military exists to protect the government from threats posed by such organizations and others like it. Yeah, that is the weird thing too. Like, the Dragon Ball world is all one monarch, so it's not like where there's different countries and there's over 200 some countries in our real life world that each country has its own military except for Japan because they have a defense force instead. They're not legally allowed to have one. So they also don't really use firearms, which is, hey, by all means, that's probably good. And that's probably why they're one of the lowest death rates countries. I think the first one is New Zealand, but New Zealand, everybody's nice in New Zealand.
Lowest gun death rates.
Well, gun death rates. Trucks and knife stabbings are different means. If you watch other anime, you'll get that reference. Because that's generally how someone dies and gets reincarnated, is either by stabbing or being hit by a truck.
Subways.
Or subways. Yes, I completely forgot about Subway. The Subways, not Subway the restaurant. But you know. I mean, you could die from that too. It's called
theoretically, I guess. But
yeah, Anyway, so each jurisdiction of the Dragon World is also hosts a non-militarized police force of some kind. When not facing a global threat, the law enforcement and security operations likely devolve to them. Additionally, park rangers such as Monster Inland Rangers or MIR, which includes Android 17, his zoologist wife, whom was a ranger when they first met, as well as Goten and Trunks, who became part-time rangers who protect the island from 17 went away during the Tournament of Power, his family vacation after the tournament, and when he was deputized by the Galactic Patrol to assist in protecting Earth from the Moro Corps, due to the nature of as an android making him immune to Moro and 7-3's energy absorption. Rangers primarily protect Earth and national parks and wildlife from poachers, as well as preserve endangered species, such as the Minotaurus and even the rare artificial life forms as Cell Jr. Wait, what? Why would they protect Cell Jr.? Where'd that come up?
That I don't remember. Feels like a manga thing.
No, Dragon Ball Super. In the manga, Android 17 is headed to meet Team Universe 7 after having dropped Goten and Trunks at Monster Island. He realizes he forgot to tell them about the Cell Juniors. At the same time, the Cell Juniors encounter Goten and Trunks. One attacks Trunks, prompting the two Saiyans to become Super Saiyans. A 7-on-2 battle breaks out, and one of the Cell Juniors notices that Trunks and Goten are wearing Ranger uniforms. The fighting stops, and the Cell Juniors apologize and leave. What? Yeah, that's only in the manga, by the way. That is interesting. That's cool, though. I'm not gonna lie. That's a kind of like cool. It was a cool callback, and also like the Cell Juniors don't have Cell's memories, which is probably the good thing. It's a very interesting. All right. Next, we're diving into the superhumans. So while low power levels are characteristic of the average Earthling, there are a fair number of powerful superhumans, including Master Roshi, Ten Shihan, Krillin, Yamcha, Chaozu, Mercenary Tao, Master Shin, Yajirobe, Grandpa Gohan, Olibu, Oob, Lapis, Lazaril, General Blue, and Videl, among others. Also, it's so funny that Yajirobe is part of this list.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really fight. So many of these human fighters are also Z fighters. These few humans have trained their bodies greatly and achieve superhuman physical capabilities through their mastery and use of ki. So, for an example, while training under King Kai during the anime-only sections of the Frieza saga, Yamcha, Tien, and Chaozu were able to trouble Piccolo and later defeat the members of the Ginyu Force. Another showcase of Earthlings' power in that, even with a small handful, they can easily defeat hundreds of soldiers in the employ of the Frieza Force. Even Goku himself is comfortable recruiting some of them for his team in the Tournament of Power when they were more than carried their weight against powerful alien warriors from other universes. Also, those are the only people he knew.
Yeah.
So like, he doesn't know many people off world of Earth. So, and what's crazy is most of Universe 7's like galactic strength is on Earth.
Yeah.
So, until we get to the later arcs, obviously, but still. So, later in the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga, all the Earthling Z fighters, Krillin, Master Roshi, Ten Shihan, Chaozu, and Yamcha were recruited. Why Yamcha? Okay. Were recruited by the Galactic Patrol to help to deal with the Moro's Galactic Brigade, alongside the rest of their alien and alien hybrid allies. However, with even such abilities, this select group of humans were still considerably weaker than similar warriors of other alien races, with the same key manipulation abilities, including Saiyans, Namekians, Frieza Clan, and Majin, although these races are considered exceptionally powerful to any standard. Well, yeah. Well, Saiyans are a warrior race, for crying out loud. Of course.
Yeah.
And the Frieza Clan like rules half the galaxy.
Yeah.
So, as stated in the manga, it is possible for any human to use their ki and enhance their body like the Z fighters. Nonetheless, as specified by Master Roshi, such training is extremely difficult and may lead to the person's death if done incorrectly. For an example, Gohan easily teaches Vidal how to use ki to fly, but since her body was not trained properly, she cannot tolerate high-speed flight and is limited to how fast she can go. And according to the Dazanshu, no matter how much an Earthling trains, they won't ever be able to individually stand up to a single Saiyan in terms of raw power.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, sounds about right. Humans can get extremely strong. I mean, Krillin is I would say, is the strongest human on Earth as a human. And he didn't train a lot. After Z ended until Super, where he actually starts training again.
Yeah.
Even then, he was still fairly powerful. Actually, all the humans besides Tien stopped training.
Yeah.
Roshi's a different story. That's a whole different thing. So in the Universe Survival Saga, Tien's new dojo teaches the students how to use and channel their ki energy. Although none of them yet could perform a single simple ki blast, even highly trained and experienced Earthling martial arts grandmasters like Master Roshi and Master, oh god, I can never say his name right. Mutaito. Died when they used the evil containment wave, while more powerful fighters such as Goku, Future Trunks, and Kami could use the technique without dying or losing too much power. Ten Xian himself was able to survive this usage of the technique, although it should be noted that he is a hybrid descendant of the Triclops, a clan of enormous physical resistance and the experience with techniques potentially lethal to users such as the Tri-Beam. The likes of Lapis, Android 17, and Laziri, Android 18, which, by the way, that's their actual human names.
Yeah, Lapis Lazuli, because it's one thing, but they're two.
Yeah. Did not gain their superhuman traits naturally. Instead, their bodies were reconstructed into cyborgs using reconstructed bioorganic parts to make them incredibly powerful and possess an infinite energy supply to give them infinite stamina. As both are biotechnology types / infinite energy models, they possess little to no robotic parts, and the alterations of their being is simply a result of their organic matter being reconstructed. Hence, how 18 was able to have a kid.
Yeah.
While Mr. Satan is considered to be the world's strongest man by Earthlings, he's not. And has indeed showcased some degree of superhuman strength, although for comical purposes only. In reality, he pales in comparison to Earthlings like Krillin, Tien, and Yamcha, each whom are more powerful. However, this is most likely due to the fact these humans were granted more opportunities to increase their strength. For an example, Krillin had his potential unlocked by Guru, and was like Yamcha, trained by Master Roshi, whose training consists of increasing one's physical abilities to superhuman levels. Tien and Chaozu were gained a basic competency in ki-based techniques from Master Shin. Likewise, Yamcha, Tien, and Chaozu would later train in Otherworld under King Kai, whose teaching consists of advanced ki control and gravity-based training. Also, Yamcha and even in OG Dragon Ball, they were extremely powerful.
Yeah.
And that was before they did anything
crazy
with King Kai. Because King Kai wasn't until Z.
Right.
They trained under... Did they do training under Kami at the time, or no?
Mm.
I don't think they did. I know that Master Roshi trained them. I think that was it.
Yeah,
anyway.
I think so.
All right. Oh, so however, is noted that all the Earthling Z warriors are exceptionally talented and prodigies in mastering both ki and martial arts. Even before any advanced training or knowledge of usage of ki, Yamcha was physically strong enough to break stones or perform a ki. It's offensive ability. And alongside Krillin, was able to perform a Kamehameha in less than 4 years, a task that was said to be Master Roshi to have taken 50 years of training. Both of them also grew stronger much faster than previous students, the Ox King and Grandpa Gohan, further showcasing their prodigious abilities and talent. Okay, Krillin I can get because he was a warrior monk type of student. Yamcha, on the other hand, it's Yamcha. Like I
He
guess
just gets away with stuff.
I guess like Dragon Ball Yamcha is better than Z Yamcha. Z Yamcha was just
Yeah.
annoying as hell. And
He didn't do a whole lot.
no, he didn't. So another good example of a prodigy Earthling is Yajirobe, who is strong enough to kill a mutated Namekian just with his natural power, with no formal ki or physical training. Tenshinhan himself is said to be such a prodigy that he was able to perform a technique just by watching it once, a fact that was proven when he replicated Master Roshi's Kamehameha after seeing it for the first time. Though it should be noted that his mimicry ability is limited to his own power, and at the time he possessed more than enough ability to perform such technique without much difficulty. That was OG Dragon Ball as well. Both of these were.
Yeah.
I forgot that Yajirobe defeated a mutated Namekian. It was one of King Piccolo's sons.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that. The strongest superhuman shown in the series was Oob, the Earthling reincarnated of Kid Buu, who, as a result of being his reincarnation, possessed incredible potential and was gifted martial arts even at a young age. While his lacks of regeneration abilities and body manipulation of the Majin race, he does gain Majin Buu's magical abilities, such as the Transfiguration Beam later in the Dragon Ball GT series, although he had to first merge with Good Buu to achieve such a feat. It should be noted, however, that much of his actual power comes from being Kid Buu's reincarnation, an advantage no other pure Earthling will likely have. Door just slammed. Great. It is also important to mention that if Superhuman wants to stay that strong compared to other non-trained Earthlings, they need to consistently train, otherwise their bodies will become weak to the point that bullets can damage and potentially kill them if given the chance, unlike Saiyans who keep their physical prowess to much longer durations, even after taking long breaks from training, such as Gohan. Also, while Superhuman does indeed seem an age a slower rate than training consistency, their body will eventually start to naturally age, causing them to lose their ability to handle most of their power properly compared to the amount they could release in their prime. Which we kind of see with Master Roshi. Though he's also a different case because he can like transform to his buff state, but he can only do it for so long.
Yeah.
So. And then in Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission, the autonomous Mr. Satan of Universe 6 is the strongest superhuman in Universe 6 and the God of Destruction candidate whose power is shown to be greater than Xeno Goku and Xeno Vegeta.
He is definitely an anomaly. That is.
Yeah,
sure.
It's really weird. Again, Super Dragon Ball Heroes is kind of like what if stuff.
It's
thrown
a
in
lot
there
of goofy stuff.
This is a lot of what ifs because they do even, hey, what if Raditz stayed alive and achieved Super Saiyan 3? And I was like, why? But again, weird.
Yeah.
But that's all we got. That is on part 1 of 2 for Earthlings.
Yay.
Yay, Earthlings, because they're us, but we can never achieve what they can do.
Yeah.
Only if we could actually use key manipulation, the amount of time where I don't have to drive a car. I can just fly to where I need to go.
If only we could transfigure into giant rabbits that run mobs.
Yeah, that too. Oh my god. Yeah.
The Carrot Mafia.
Oh god. All right. Well, do you have any final thoughts on Earthlings Part 1?
Nope, nothing else I can think of.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you again for listening to the Dragon Ball Lorecast, and till next time on the Dragon Ball Lorecast. Thank you for listening to the Dragon Ball Lorecast. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, the Ben and Friends podcast and Discord, where you can tell us how you got into the Dragon Ball series. You can even find us on Twitter at DBLorecast and email us at dragonballlorecast@outlook.com. See you next time on the Dragon Ball Lorecast.